on the border of Tunisia and Algeria. Whether maritime or terrestrial, it's a well-guarded border and has been for a long time, around the strategic fort of Tabarka. This morning the weather is mixed. The wind's blowing. It's been raining. And surprisingly, the ground is still very green. It's not yet the crushing heat of the summer days when the mass of holidaymakers passes the border posts of West Tunisia. There are a million of them, Algerians who take to the road every year. A million, perhaps a good sign in this North Africa where borders are sometimes hermetically sealed. The beach is deserted, apart from a few fishermen who are taking advantage of the storm to repaint their boats. This is Tunisia, the north. A sparse population, virgin landscape, plains and mountainous massifs, the Djerba, points and capes. In the distance, at the end of this 25-kilometer peninsula, is Cape Farina, which separates two worlds, maritime towards Rafraf, lagoon towards the mouth of the Djerba, which has its source in Algeria. Free rivers that run without drama and know no borders. At the foot of the Nadour Jebel, there's this water people in the shadow of century-old forts, evidence of the passing of many occupiers, Maltese, Spanish, British. Gar el Mel, population 5,000. A town of farmers and fishermen, some content with the lagoon, while others go out to sea, well beyond the Rafraf rock. The point of Tunisia in the belly of the Mediterranean. Cape Bon, barren rocks whipped by the wind. A windswept oceanic landscape. It looks like the Atlantic. Still within a few kilometers of Cape Bon, the biggest wind farm in Tunisia. Watch out, danger, said this lighthouse to sailors who attempted to hug the coast. Ill times have befallen this vessel, eaten away day after day on its starboard side by the breaking waves. Dizzy with rust. In a few thousand waves, there will be nothing left. Cape Bon gave its name to this peninsula, which stretches for nearly 80 kilometers from near Tunis. It's a land of farm workers and nomadic seamen, brothers to the swell and the spray, experienced to a life of resourcefulness and severity. Among the innumerable fishing ports of Tunisia, this is Sidi Daoud, where the fleet is still confined to port by the weather. The matanza will wait, that ancestral form of fishing where banks of tuna are trapped in enormous nets. could be winter. A change of light, a change of colors for another portrait. The infinity of ochre land streaked with olive trees. Thousands of plantations set out in staggered rows according to ancient practice. This is Tunisia on the south side, the land side. Soon we reach the Gulf of Gabes, once known to ancient geography as Little Sirte. This is a strange place known for its tides, the biggest in all the Mediterranean, around 2 meters range between low and high water. Fishermen on foot make no mistake. At low tide, with the mud up to their knees, they know that here you can gather shellfish to fill the pot. Women, men, stuck here for hours in the full sun between the ebb and flow of the waters. The sweating forehead that needs mopping, hands that are sticky and time that is pressing. Each step is an effort. Each clam collected a victory. The Gulf of Gabes is known as the biggest reserve of shellfish and fish in Tunisia. It supports thousands of people. But what will it be in the future? Within sight of the port of Gabes, a surprise awaits us. The docks are yellow with sulfur. It sums up the dilemma of a whole region that in the 70s was taken over by the chemical industry. The concentration of phosphate factories, the dumping of fertilizers into the sea, fuel the controversy. Is the Gulf of Gabes threatened, sacrificed? Much remains to be done. Sfax, now with a population of 500,000, and where you find red salt beds practically in the city centre. Sfax and its port permanently linked to the islands in the Gulf of Gabes. Daily traffic with the Kerkennah archipelago, we'll say more about that, where all these passengers come from, on foot or in cars. Ferries full to bursting too in the south, passing through the notorious strait that separates the continent from the island of Djerba. On the eastern side of the island, eyes are turned towards neighboring Libya. Some 40 hotels have sprung up along a beach only a few kilometers long, the most beautiful on the island. There's everything to cater to the needs of the weary Western client, greedy for sun and leisure activity. With the Monastir and Sousse sites on the continent, Djerba is the heart of the Tunisian tourist industry. A terrorist attack that killed several Tunisians and foreigners in the early 2000s is the only blot on the success of Djerba, the sweet. Djerba, the hub where cultures and religions mingle. A hot island so short of fresh water that they dig submarine pipelines to the continent to get supplies. White on the outside, cool within, with an ever-present sea breeze wafting over them. The houses of Djerba. It's 5 o'clock. The land breeze has risen and is gently pushing the fishermen's sailboats out to sea. The sea is deep blue near the Kerkennahs, the islands where the sea is divided into lots. On the land, this graphic effect was seen in the olive groves. Here, in the Kerkennahs, these islands surrounded by high seabeds, the design is made with fish traps. Immense geometry. Tonight there will be stars in the sky once more, and if there's a full moon, the seabirds will have no problem getting their bearings to find the fish caught in the traps set by the fishermen. They just follow the arrow and help themselves. It's 5 o'clock. It's time to make some soothing tea. The night will be hot and long.